he and his wife Sylvia were leaving England, leaving at Heathrow Airport to come back to New York. They were on a European vacation. When I later saw him, met him, and he told me the following. He says, when I got word from our British office that there was something big going on, I was urged to put them on my shelf. Ed Sullivan, he called up and found out that an American promoter, Big, had them for Wednesday, February 12th, 1964. Ed Sullivan, being the great showman he was, he bought them. They appeared Sunday, February 9th. I hadn't sold a ticket yet. But all of a sudden, something happened. The world of music just turned around. He put them on the air. When the tour's over, 4 days later, the Beatles, never in the history of anything like this in show business has ever, maybe since that concert, has anything like this ever happened. Now, at this point, I have done the Beatles at Carnegie. The next British act I brought in was the Rolling Stones at Carnegie. The next act I brought was Herman's Hermits. And then, I said, Jethro Tull, Manfred Mann. I had developed the following for the British invasion, which maybe I'm credited for creating it, with the first 8, 10, 12 British acts that came on. The Beatles.
A truly great American, Mr. Ed Sullivan. Thank you very much, Ed. Now, ladies and gentlemen, honored by their country, decorated by their queen, and loved here in America, here are the Beatles.
What I failed to mention last night, when I told my story about meeting John on April 28th, 1974, was before we saw John on stage, I met Sid Bernstein for the first time. And I invited him to become a guest at the fest. And he said, I'd love to. So Sid Bernstein was the very first guest at the very first fest. And he was a friend ever since, came down many, many times. And he's just a very special man. And we're waiting for Ken to tell a few more, to join me on here. Bruce Spicer would like to have a word, a short thing about Sid, of his recollections.
Having come to the fest, I was a latecomer. My first fest was 1996. But in New Jersey, Sid would always show up, whether he was an official guest or not. I got to know Sid. He was a wonderful man. And here was somebody who, if you want to know how great he was, forget about the Rascals and all that other stuff. Sid Bernstein booked the Beatles in Carnegie Hall, giving them instant credibility. Sid Bernstein put them in Shea Stadium, inventing the mass audience rock concert. There is a word that we say every Passover, and that word for the Jews in the audience, you know, the word is Dayenu. And that means it would have been enough. Carnegie Hall, Shea Stadium, Dayenu, Sid Bernstein.
Very well put, Bruce. Thank you very much. But Sid was a great friend to the fest, and I know he really wanted to try to hang on and make it to this year, but it just didn't work out. But 95 years, that's a great life, and he lived his life to the fullest and loved to eat. He loved to tell stories about food.
He once did 45 minutes on
Hi, Michelle.
pairing with me.
Okay, so we are going to turn the stage over to our MC for the weekend, Mr. Martin Lewis, who will bring out our next guest.